This one. I feel like I took something out. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome back to the Brothers Dimm YouTube channel. This is your boy B.O.B. recording live in the studio. And today we have a special matchup for you. We have our two local Worlds players. On the left we have Mark, and on the right we have Wes. Both of these guys from our local gaming scene went to Worlds. They had a good time there. They had some good stories to tell us, and they collected some cool gear, both promo cards and also these sweet shield tokens that Wes will be showing off later in the game. You know, similar to most of the guys who went to Worlds, they're not really playing their Worlds deck anymore. They're kind of mixing it up, playing some cool little crockpot decks, as we like to call them, in the Brothers Dimm world. So on the left, we have Mark playing his blue villain witch build. So it's single die, Mother Talzin, Luce, and old Daka. They're playing on the Night Sister layer, and he has profitable connections. Cool build. And then on the right, we have Dryden Voss playing with an Enfys Marauder, which is, you know, per the movie, it's kind of an interesting pairing since they were villains or opponents in the movie Solo. And he's playing with Retribution on Feed Palace. So both decks are very cool, very unique. We like those unique builds here in the Brothers Dimm.
Yeah, and you can't do it.
So let's see how they'll do. So I'm assuming that Wes's build is going to try and use Voss's ability to like kind of pump out some pretty cool, pretty big supports right away and for free. So we'll see if that pays off for him. So they're shuffling up. Let's see what they get. I think they kept some cards. I think Mark kept one card. And looks like Wes did not keep any. So we're diving right in. So, a lot of cool witch cards, especially with the curses and the downgrades. If Mark can get the Night Sister layer, that'd be pretty big for him. So Mark rolls a 2. Wes rolled off screen and got, looks like a 5. So Wes is going to choose Feed. Mark is going to shield up Talzin and old Daka. And we're going to start the game. So Wes's first play is a Moxie. So that's his one hero card, courtesy of Enfys Marauder. And especially on Dryden Voss, that's pretty sweet. So he could potentially pump out 3 big supports in one turn if he draws correctly. Mark is going to play a curse downgrade, Uncontrollable Rage, onto Dryden Voss. So now, for those at home that don't know, the action on that card is to exhaust this downgrade to deal 1 damage to the attached character, or 2 damage instead if you spot a witch, and you can only use that action if the attached character is ready and not the first turn of the round.
1 to you.
So, Wes rolled in Voss, got the special. Mark then isolated it, spotting the blue character.
They're both good.
And we're back. Sorry, I was a little behind reading that card for you guys. I myself haven't seen that in the wild, so I had to look it up myself. So then Wes is going to roll in Marauder. And he will get a 2 for 1. So 2 melee for $1. Mark is going to roll in Luce. And Luce is going to get a 2 range. Sorry, one thing I forgot to mention too, and they caught it in the game, was that since Mark removed one of Wes's character dice, that triggered Retribution, and it looks like the damage was done to old Daka, taking the shield off. So Wes is going to Feed, remove the Marauder dice, get $1, spot the neutral, and take an extra action. He is going to focus in the Moxie dice into the special. Mark will respond by rolling an old Daka, gets a 1 discard. Wes is he's gonna do Dryden Voss's ability. So let's see what he gets. So he's gonna shuffle his deck first, and then reveal the top card of a deck, playing it for free. Now obviously the ideal scenario is that he can hit a support. Like he's only yellow, so he's gonna probably have like maybe Shadowcaster, maybe Entourage, maybe like the Fire Spray.
So you can cut it.
So we'll see what he's got in there.
Alright, what are you giving me? You can flip it.
Now he could theoretically get mitigation too, which could also help him in this cause to remove those dice.
Okay.
He gets a prized goods. So that is a support. He's playing it for free. So the action is exhaust the support in one of your characters to place 3 resources on it. Or you can take the resources that are on it. So okay, so Mark is going to activate Talzin. This shows a odd card, and he's going to flip the Daka dice to $1.
Streetwise?
Wes will play Streetwise, so decreasing the cost of a yellow card by 1. Mark will take $2. Wes, thinking about what he's going to do. He's going to claim the battlefield. Mark will do 2 damage to Dryden Voss. And let's see if he power actions to put out the Night Sister zombie. He's going to end the round. Hopefully he remembers to do the Night Sister zombie before it gets too far into the next round. So he's got a lot of money. He's got $5.
I think it's the opponent's choice.
So we shall see how
it doesn't
round
say you
2
have to.
fares for both these players. Round 1, I think, was kind of, I would say it's tough to say who really won. I mean, Wes got out the prize goods and Streetwise, and the Moxie was a pretty big turn 1 card for him, especially since he only has 1. But Mark did get some damage out, and he got a curse. So Wes has got a lot of good cards. He's got a Crime Lord, a Fire Spray.
So I've got to activate him, right?
Oh, crap, sorry. Last round.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here Mark does remember. He remembered to put out the Night Sister zombie, so he's actually backtracking here, and Wes is going to allow it. This is, again, the local friendly game. So he will put out the zombie from last round.
I know, nothing happens.
Utilizing Daka's power action. So he paid $1, which he did have at the end of the round. So since it's a local friendly game, we shall allow it. Alright, so Wes is going to start round 2. He's going to activate Dryden. He pretty much kind of has to with that curse. The uncontrollable rage on it, because if he doesn't, then he's going to get some damage on him. So he actually has a pretty good roll. So he's got a 2 melee on the 1 Dryden dice, and then 2 specials showing courtesy of the Moxie.
Daka.
Mark looks like he can't really do anything about it right now. So he's going to roll in Daka, gets a 1 discard.
You do both?
I think Wes is going to probably have smoke it if you got it right. So he's going to do the Dryden dice special first.
That's kind of a cool little,
Yeah.
The prized goods was okay, but it's obviously not what he's expecting. He's hoping to get out the big supports.
All right.
So let's see how it goes.
Entangle.
Ooh, entangle.
Is that free?
I mean, he could get rid. He's going to get rid of the 1 dice, not getting the most value out of the entangle, but it's still not a bad play. And then he's going to utilize the Moxie special.
Moxie when I played this on Wednesday.
To Moxie.
It's so good.
Voss's ability.
You get a 1 in 3
Let's see what he gets this time.
Or focus, take it.
It's a cool build. I mean, Voss is like you're gambling, so I mean, as Ryan would like to say, it's riverboat gambling with Voss, but okay, he gets in the crosshairs again. That's kind of a dead card right now.
My turn.
No dice in the pool for Mark. So back to Mark. He is going to play an energy bow on Talzin. A cheap upgrade, but it's good. It's effective.
All right. So I'm gonna streetwise into a delve.
Wes is gonna delve. He's gonna delve out. He's gonna deal the indirect to the Marauder. Let's see what he gets. Ooh, he's got
I really want to play
fire
the
spray or
Crime
the
Lord
Crime
I'm
Lord.
gonna play a fire spray.
Fire spray it is. The Crime Lord. I mean, it's a good card. I don't know if it's. I mean, it's easily removed, and he doesn't really have that much money right now. But I think the fire spray is the good play. So Mark is gonna roll in Luce. Gets a 1 range. Wes is going to.
I'm gonna try it.
He's gonna try the prize goods. So he's gonna exhaust the support and exhaust one of his characters. Place 3 resources on it, and then maybe next turn he will exhaust the Marauder again and take those $3. So I guess he actually could make the money for Crime Lord if he wanted to go that route, but I think the Fire Spray is the safer route. Mark's going to roll in Talzin. He's going to reveal another energy bow with the Talzin ability, flip a dice, and Mark is now showing 4 range.
2 to Daka.
So Wes is going to deal 2
4.
to Daka,
Yeah.
who probably right now is the target because she can just spam out these zombies. So Mark will do the 4 damage. Wes rolls in the Fire Spray, gets a 3 indirect.
1.
Zombie is going to do a damage to a player that has a curse on it, or a character that has a curse. So 1 to Voss.
No, it's indirect.
I know, it doesn't indirect have to be assigned.
To any.
Oh, elsewhere.
But I will do all 3 attack.
Wes does the 3 indirect. Mark will elect to put it all on old Daka.
Spend 1.
Mark pays $1 to power action, put out another Night Sister zombie.
Just misplay a bunch of stuff.
What the hell is this guy doing?
Be like, okay, I'm just gonna put that there.
Wes really wanted to play the Crime Lord. I think he's claiming here.
Spend 1.
Yeah, what do you got?
So Mark is gonna pay $1
Yeah, what's it
to
Spot up to 3 witches, heal that night.
weave the Ichor. I think that's how you pronounce it. So spot up to 3 witch characters to heal that much damage from a character. So he's gonna heal that 3 indirect right off of old Daka.
Get rid of that. I hate to get rid of Crime Lord, but I got it.
To round 3. So
2 bucks.
it's tough to say who's really winning right now. I think Mark is in a good state. He's got 2 zombies out there.
Yeah, I think
He's
this
able to
is
push
why.
out some damage, and he's got Dryden to pretty much half of his health right now. Granted, Wes does have the 3 coming from the prized goods, should he elect to exhaust the Marauder, and he's also got the Fire Spray out there. So not a bad board state for either player right now.
Oh, I got it. Not taking 2 damage.
Wes is going to start round 3, rolling in Dryden Voss with the Moxie.
Okay.
And drum roll, he gets a special on the Dryden dice. The Dryden dice is rolling hot right now. 2 melee and then a 1 shield on the Moxie dice.
Roll it 3 times, right?
Putting it
Took
back
away the
to
first
Mark. He's going to pay
one. No, you
$1
might have taken away that.
4.
No, I think you took it away.
1 for another bow.
Another energy bow. And we actually
Gotta
saw
do
that
it.
coming, courtesy of the Mother Talzin sneak peek at the deck.
I'm pulling a lot of my.
So Wes is
upgrades,
going
which is
to
the
try
problem.
his luck back at the
I mean,
Dryden
my
Voss
cuts
Riverboat
half damage
Gambling.
fail.
I should probably wait.
Looking
wait.
at
If you
the
don't
cards
do anything
that
about it
are
now,
on the
you know?
bottom. Ooh, you can't really
Should wait
see
until you
them.
have. Because if I hit mitigation, it's useless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's see if Mark gives Wes a good cut here.
See?
Ooh, indifferent.
Yeah.
And there's nothing too indifferent right now. It's kind of a bummer.
All right, you're up.
I think Wes is talking about how he probably wished he could have rolled in Voss with some dice out there in case he does get mitigation like that, but with the uncontrollable rage, I mean, he's kind of forced to roll him in as soon as possible. Mark's going to roll in Luce, gets the dreaded double blank.
Boom, how do you like that? I forgot I had leftover.
Hate to see that, but I'm sure he's got some tricks, especially with Mother Talzin. He can correct that very quickly.
Leftover pizza.
Wes is going to... So I see a Vibro Cutlass and a Darksaber. Right now, he doesn't have the
I
money,
will prize goods.
but he's going to get that money right now. So he's got $5 pretty quickly.
Nanners.
Looks like Mark has a Torment.
Daka.
He's going to roll in Daka right now. Gets a 1 Disrupt.
Play slave 1 for 3.
Wes is... Oh, I didn't see that. He's got the slave. He had the slave in his hand, so he's going to play slave 1.
Talzin game.
Mark rolls in
Talzin.
Talzin, shows the... I can't think of what that card is called right now. It's the new legendary card. But he's going to flip the energy bow to a 1 resource. Talisman of Resurrection, that's what it is. Sorry.
I'm thinking like, if
Wes is thinking
so I'm gonna use the power action.
he's going to utilize the special on Slave 1
Give me a second.
to reroll a dice, and then you can remove a dice showing that value.
So I'm gonna power
So he's
action
utilizing
that, reroll
a Sweet
this.
Bounty Hunter token to signify that he's doing the power action. He's going to reroll the Moxie dice, hoping to get another special. He gets a blank, but he can remove a blank. Not a bad outcome.
Wait. Move an opponent's
Obviously, if he got the
action
special, he
equal
could
to
still
that.
remove that too. So, I mean,
So
not a
like,
bad
get
play.
Something. Even
Sure.
if I hit the special.
So Mark is going to take some money.
There is an assortment.
Wes rolls in the fire spray, and he gets a 3 indirect. Thing's been hot with the 3 indirect. So Mark's gonna spend $1 to put out. Oh, I was expecting another Night Sister zombie.
indirect.
He's gonna spend $1 to put out Torment,
All 3 on Daka. Tap that.
and then Wes will quickly do the 3 indirect. Mark will tap Torment to get $1, put the 3 indirect, and he's gonna quickly weave the Icor again, spotting 3 witches to heal that indirect right off. So Mark is doing pretty well with healing up the witches and keeping them
These
safe.
are so stupid. I think I activated the fire spray, right?
Yeah, you did.
Wes
You
is
did
gonna
this
roll in
because you did
Slave
3
1
direct
Yeah.
that I healed him.
and gets $1.
One more.
So Mark's gonna do his one ranged to Dryden, putting him at 8 of 13. Wes probably is gonna re-roll.
Discard.
Yep, he's gonna pitch a boa to re-roll,
Hang on, we got to turn that a little bit.
and he gets a
What?
shield on the Moxie and a
I was like, I got 3
3 for 1. Maybe, is that 4 for 1?
What?
I was just thinking if I could use that at all. But I can't.
No. It's good. I mean, it forces, like, if you put that on Palp, like, you're either taking 2 damage or.
So Mark's gonna start doing the damage with the zombies. So he's gonna get 1 on boss now. So he'll put him up to 10 after he activates the other one. Wes might be in trouble here because he's got to do as much stuff as he can before Dryden dies. So he's gonna do the 3 indirect.
1,
Mark is gonna put 1 on Luce and
2, 3.
2 on Mother Talzin.
It still is now, but you can re-equip.
I assume
more
that
to
he's
Dryden.
gonna activate the other zombie, dealing 1 to Voss.
On Wednesday. So at first I looked on Amazon, right?
So now it's Wes is gonna do as much as he can quickly. So he's gonna feed the Moxie dice, take $1.
The ones that I probably would have been like, all right, I mean, that'll work, you know, with something like this.
He's gonna overwrite the Moxie with a Dark Saber.
So I was going to have some of them wouldn't have shipped until November.
Discard the reroll.
Mark is gonna re-roll. Gets a blank. Wes has got to do the damage when he can. He's gonna do the 2 Daka.
Yeah, 2.
He's doing the 2
So
Daka.
my opener was
Putting Daka at 4 of 9.
Witch magic.
5 lands.
Mark is gonna
Kill me,
witch
Mark.
magic now.
Talesman.
So, Talesman's a resurrection.
Torment.
And
And ritual.
Alright, so he's gonna heal at 3 right back off.
Talesman, torment, ritual. Okay.
Flame.
Dark Ritual
Flame.
was the other card he was showing. So he's got many ways of healing all of his witches. So end of round 3. I think Mark's kind of taking the lead right now. Only from the standpoint that Wes is big. Dryden is almost dead. He's at 10 of 13 health. Granted, he does have the Dark Saber. He could theoretically slice down some of these witches pretty quickly, especially if you can get down Daka right here. It'll take out the zombies. So to start round 4, Wes is going to roll in Dryden. He gets a 3 melee on Dryden, a blink, and a 1 shield on the Darksaber, which would be increased because Dryden's point value is 20 more. So, Mark's gonna put out a possessed on Dryden.
So
Now, I believe that's only character dice.
resolve it.
So yeah,
if I
exhaust this
resolve
downgrade
3
to
and I
resolve
resolve
one of that attached character's character dice
character dice,
as if
yeah.
it were in your own pool. So right now the only one valid is the 3
Yeah, I'll
melee.
do 3.
So Wes is gonna do that right away. He's gonna put 3 on Daka,
It's good.
Tap this to gain a buck.
and then Mark will tap Torment, get $1.
Back there.
Mark
Activate
is going
Daka.
to now roll in Daka. Just joking, he's not. He's gonna do
1
the Night
damage,
Sister zombies.
Dryden.
Smart play to at least do them while they're out there because they're guaranteed damage. So he's going to do the 1.
Light.
Oh,
So now 11.
I was afraid of him.
Wes will pitch a
I
reroll.
know my rolls though.
I know.
See what he gets.
Okay. So
Oh. So he got a 2 on the Darksaber, which is theoretically a 4 because
yeah.
20.
I mean, I do 4.
And he will... Oh, sorry. I apologize. Wes played Take Flight, so he had ambush with that. He did not pitch the reroll. So he played Take Flight, rerolled, got the 2 on the Darksaber, and then increased the value by 2 on a character that's point cost is
Well,
20 or
Moxie
more,
is the play,
dealing
so
4 to
Moxie-
Daka, putting Daka at 8 of 9, 1 away from death. Now Mark will roll in Daka, gets a 1 disrupt.
You know what? Let's
Sorry,
see if we get
missed
some
that play.
spells out. So
But we're back, so it's all good. Wes is now going to...
let's hard bargain.
He is going to hard bargain. So he's going to reveal 3 cards. An opponent discards one of those cards, and then the player
You play this for free?
or hard bargain
Or you play
can
it.
play one of them for free,
Yeah, so
discard the remaining
you
cards.
Discard 1 card.
So
I can play
Mark
one of the other cards for free.
Looks like an indifferent and in the crosshairs and a take flight. So Mark is going to get rid of the take flight.
Well, I'll just do the.
Wes
I'll
is
do the
going to
indifferent.
play the indifferent to remove the Daka dice,
I just want it to be
and in the
good for
crosshairs
stream.
is gone. Again, not the ideal card selection for hard bargain, but looks like Wes is getting some pretty bad draws with his gambling cards. It's kind of a bummer. So he's gonna roll in
Possess, resolve that for nothing.
Slave 1,
I was hoping you would forget.
gets a shield. Mark is going to utilize the possessed to resolve the focus, but not focus anything. Just getting it out of Wes's pool. That's going to save old Daka probably, because Wes could have just focused to the range on the slave to kill Daka and those zombies. So Wes is going to activate the fire spray. He gets a
What do you got?
+3 range, which probably not the
damage
best
to
side you
Dryden.
want to see because Marauder has no range sides. Mark is going to activate the other Night Sister zombie, putting Voss at 12 of 13. Wes will discard a Streetwise to reroll. Now this is a better roll. So he gets a 4 for 1 on the fire spray and a 3 for 1 on the slave 1. All indirects. Fortunately, he has no money right now. Mark responds by activating Luce, gets a 2 range, $1. Wes is probably holding off on activating the Marauder because he's going to want to maybe redeploy. So Wes is going to feed the slave 1 and then utilize the dollar that he gains from that to do 4 indirect. Mark will
1, 2,
split
3,
it up.
4. Split. evenly amongst my peeps.
Enjoy narrating this one.
Mark is going to activate
You haven't
Talzin,
misplayed, I think.
Yeah.
So,
who gets a
Talzin game.
one range. He's going to reveal the top card. It is an at odds.
1.
He will then probably flip the loose dice. Unless he needs the money. But right now he can do as much damage. So yeah, he's going to flip it to the 2 range. Wes,
the only thing I can do is
Dryden's pretty much dead here. So he's going to electroshock something, tapping streetwise.
the 2.
So we'll get rid of the loose 2. But unfortunately, I think Dryden's still dead. So yeah, Dryden is going to take 1 more, putting him at 13 to 13. He's gone. Mark still has 3 to deal over to the Marauder.
How much? 3? Gross.
So 3. So the Marauder's at 4 of 9.
Football ball.
Wes is going to overwrite the Darksaber with a Vibro Cutlass.
Yeah.
Good on my lunch table. I was like, no,
Nah,
don't
it's
trade for
fine.
this. I'm
No, I
like,
know,
oh,
but it's good to.
He's going to flip
like
it
that
upside down
practice.
just so he knows that he doesn't have to pay.
Because I throw dice at Star Wars, but you get to micromanage the entire football league.
Mark's pretty much done unless he's going to have, unless he has mitigation, which it looks like he probably does. So he's thinking about claiming, but then he realized that Wes had not activated the Marauder, so he's going to pass.
Love the concept.
I used to watch it. Hey, does Torment kick in before someone dies?
He hasn't officially passed yet.
After attached
He's
character is
asking
dealt
about
damage?
Torment.
They
If
would die first.
Daka
Alright,
dies,
so have
does
them.
Daka die first before Torment activates? And that is indeed the situation. So
Pass.
Torment, if he played that other Torment, he would not be able to activate it or get the benefit from it. So he passes, West rolls in
cards
the
in hand?
Marauder,
Oh my God.
gets a blank. Wow, that's a horrible beat. Blank on the Vibro Cutlass, a shield on the Marauder, and Wes has no more cards. Mark will claim.
One shield, one
Wes will
indirect
take the
damage.
shield
Or no.
I told him, he
and
said, yeah,
subsequently
I'll
showing
attacks.
cost.
So end of round 4. Boss is down. Mark is still pretty safe right
just
now.
got a great die for a 2-drop.
So it's not looking good for Wes. He does get to flex his cool Clone Trooper shield tokens that he got at Worlds, which is pretty sweet. So that is kind of cool. But Wes has his work cut out for him.
I was like, I know where this is going. I see Rebel Engineers.
And I can just peek into Mark's hand. He looks like another Witch Magic
That other 11 points is, yeah.
if he needs it. But he's going to pay 3 right now for another Possessed. Oh, jeez. So,
Very first one he played.
and that gives Wes only really 3 dice to work
I mean,
with.
you have to pay for it.
The
Right?
2 ships and
Yeah,
then the Vibro
because I am
Cutlass.
resolving, yeah.
One resource. Two for one
I
resource.
mean, because Mark has access to the
So
Marauder
I set him
dice.
back, and I disrupted him so he couldn't get it out. I think he had enough round 2.
So Wes will roll in the Slave
He
1.
got it out at the beginning of round 3 and round 2.
Well, it's slave 1.
He's going to get a 3-for-1 indirect. Does have the money.
You threw him.
Mark is looking like he's going to pay 1, but he's going to actually activate the zombie, dealing 1 damage to someone who has a curse. So the shield comes off. The sweet Clone Trooper shield is gone right now. And Wes actually got all of them, so it's pretty cool. We got to see the whole collection. So kudos to Wes for getting all those at Worlds. Wes really wants to get rid of Daka right now, but unfortunately with that indirect, I mean, Mark is kind of in the driver's seat of where that damage goes.
They activate.
He's thinking.
Zombie up to 6. That's terrible. Ugh. Hate this.
And it's unfortunate too because if he rolls in the Marauder, he's going to probably lose the Marauder dice because of
what's happening is that
I don't even get Retribution.
Probably have to take it at a certain point.
wizard had everywhere I went.
I thought about playing this.
I'm totally.
Should I do it for the stream?
Yes.
I mean, it would save me
A lot of thought into this move.
one off of that.
Daka is one away
One
from
here.
death.
I mean, whatever it might be
The
here.
indirect damage has to go to those zombies last, so I mean Mark's just gonna space them out to Luce
It should
and
be
Talzin because they're pretty.
Then I have no resources.
They're at three
See what I'm
apiece.
saying? Then I have no resources. We couldn't use that to get that.
West does have a pirate speeder. He's probably hoping to get that too with the Voss
And then,
before he dies.
yeah, you know what? This is gonna be fun.
See what he does here. So he's gonna tap
Hey Mark,
Streetwise.
I'm gonna Streetwise and do a reversal. Do it on
Oh,
my
he's
own
gonna
die.
pay 3 for
Deal 3 to
reversal.
Daka.
Alright.
So Daka goes.
Yeah.
Linda does go.
Okay, so he's gonna reversal
I didn't realize that was.
Oh, it's my die.
kill Daka.
But it saves me damage.
And you got Rose and Finn there, and I'm like, I have no idea what he's doing now.
Yeah, that's a change.
Effectively no money left.
Luce.
That was an interesting play. I like it. So Mark is going to roll in. Luce gets a discard and a disrupt. So with Daka, the Night Sister zombies also perish.
I did not make sure to tell him. But like, I heard you were smoking.
Rolls in the fire spray. Gets a 3 indirect.
The first two games,
These things love going the indirect.
ball first turn, the other one was great.
Odds.
So Mark's going to add odds it.
Yeah, and then the weird thing about Shadowcaster is there's 2 indirect and 2 range. So even if they hit the roll, but then when he does it, he
So
hits
I
it.
roll it out.
Also, sorry guys, I
That's
watch
for
these on
52
mute,
damage.
so if
I
they're
mean, I've got a
like
one
talking
in
about
the-
just like when Luke's talking about the reversal play, I actually can't hear it. So they might have had some good banter back and forth that I just missed, so I apologize.
You
You might be able to hear that on your audio. But
Not the action. The two shields I
we're back at the game, so Wes is rolling in the Marauder. Let's see what he gets. He needs to get a good roll here. At best, he can maybe. So he's getting
blasted in the whole thing.
3 for 1 on the Vibro Cutlass. Not enough to kill someone, but Mark's gonna feed
3 to Talzin.
for the bow.
I mean, I play tested with myself.
He'll go 3 to Talzin.
So I put together like 3
She's now at 6 of 9.
activation and everything else.
Mark will roll in Talzin.
I tried a zombie.
Blank in a range.
Trigger.
Tapping
Hit,
Talzin's
do
ability.
any? No.
Yeah.
Do you have any or no?
Yeah.
You have 2?
I like playing.
Rotation.
Yeah, it is.
Especially with armor reinforcement. I'm just gonna go get it.
Didn't run into Desperate
I
Measures.
thought that was an ice. So it's a 2. He's flipping the loose to 2.
That's the rock, paper, scissors of it. The
Potential
meta.
for getting punished.
Yeah.
But it's like there should be something like that because if you're able to.
Wes is in trouble because he's going to take 3
I mean, I can't really do anything here.
if Mark doesn't re-roll. So Wes is going to claim.
I can activate it 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, with the astromech.
Yep.
Ready it up.
Yeah. Choose what I roll into.
So the most Mark could do is 2 on Talzin, 2 on Luce, plus 2 on the energy bow. I mean, he could do 6.
Discard the reroll.
Hit
That's
nothing.
getting greedy.
You don't deserve it.
You don't
He's going to
deserve
re-roll
it.
once. He gets rid of an you my friend. Doesn't
You
get
gotta do
it.
2 to me, right?
He's going to do what he can and do the 3 damage, putting the Marauder at 7 of 9. He's going to now Witch Magic.
Yeah.
Undermine.
Yeah, it is the one I was like.
And odd. So 3.
Oh, you got the brain back, Daka.
3 that he just got put on are now gone. And now moving on to round, I believe this is 5. So again, Mark is in the command seat right now. Wes is 2 away from defeat. Let's see if he can do anything. And he's also decked.
Good that this was
I
my
guess it's
last
the one bad
card.
thing about Voss is that you do kind of go through your deck pretty quick.
Alright, so I got $2. You got $2. So 1 in 6 shot. If I
So-
activate, you just kill me.
We will see what happens. Wes is going
gonna
to
Go.
So I think I get slave
activate
one out of
the
here.
slave. Just joking. No. He's going to do it. And he gets a 1 shield.
Okay.
Mark rolls in Luce. He gets a blank and a 1 disrupt. With Talzin, I mean, he can flip it, so.
Alright, let's make it spicy. Well,
Wes does it. I don't know if he's going to try and power action the slave.
that'll kill me. You have to spend an action to do it, so let me.
He's going to roll in the fire spray. Thinking about it. Yep.
Out.
He's going to do it.
2.
And he gets a. Oh, that's kind of cool. So he gets a 2 range. Not enough. About the one time he
So you have
needs
2 that
range is not the time right
2
now. So
evens.
Talzin rolls
Yeah, I do.
a blank and a dollar.
Turning.
Mark reveals a card. It is odd. He's going to flip the Talzin to the 2. That would kill the
And I'm
Marauder.
going to
So
electroshock
Wes has to. He's going to electroshock it
Wes.
using Streetwise, so he doesn't have to pay for it. Mark
Come on,
is
roll
going to pick
bad,
up Talisman
Mark.
of Resurrection for a reroll, and he gets a 2 range on the Luce dice. So unless Wes can do something about it,
Have
That
a
would
1
be
in 3
game.
shot here to get rid
so
of
he's
it.
gonna. I think yeah. If he doesn't have mitigation, look, is it 1 or 2 pirate speeder tanks maybe?
Put shield up.
So
What do you think?
I
Should
don't
I
think
shield
he's
up?
mitigation right now.
Well, that's your only move.
I mean, you have a 1 in 6 shot on each energy bow. It's not my only move.
And it's not that Wes didn't
Oh,
have
wait, it might
mitigation. He
be.
just got it probably the worst times with the
No, it's
boss
probably the best
specials. His big ones like in the crosshairs and Entangle.
Because, like, my other move is the power action, the slave one.
So
Yeah.
But the
is a
chances
chance.
are 1 in 3.
Yeah.
So, like,
I think Wes is.
I think my best move is to take the dollar, or to take the shield.
He's gonna take a shield.
Second.
Mark's gonna re-roll. Needs 1 more damage, and he gets a +2 on the energy bow.
I have to, right?
Yep.
So now,
So I really wanted to take this away, delve into a pirate speeder tank, and make it just a little bit more
I
difficult.
do see a
for
delve
you.
in his hand, but I mean he can't survive. He needs
So
to
I
do
have
something
to.
about that +2
Let's see
worth of
it.
2 right now.
1
So
3
he's gonna
shot.
power action slave, re-roll the fire spray. I mean, he needs a 2 right here,
No, 3.
and he gets oh, he didn't get it. So
Which is 2 for 2 today.
the damage goes through. Marauder dies. The witches win. Mark wins. Good game. It was a long game, but it was a very interesting. I mean, we've seen a lot of the meta builds, and this is obviously not a meta build, but it's a fun build, and that's what the most important thing is about Destiny right now. I think we've seen all the meta decks. It's important to not lose sight of the fact that this is a fun game. Play cards that have not seen play. Try cool pairings. Like I said, both these guys are very good players, and they know what the good meta decks are, but they're choosing to play fun decks. And again, this is Destiny. So this is your boy B.O.B. Bob, thanks for tuning in to the Brothers Dimm. Check out our local podcast, the Loth-Wolf Pack. And this is Bob signing off. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you later.